The Smash roster is one of my favourite parts of the entire Smash series, with the inclusions of new fighters every installment. Never knowing who's going to make it into Smash 6, some fighters don't make it in, either being deconfirmed from Mii costumes, assist trophies, or other fighters from a third-party developer taking the spot, as well as a few other reasons. Welcome to A New Foe Has Appeared, where we talk about ideas for fighters that could possibly happen in Smash 6, if not the future. I'm your host BB8 from BB8's House. As always, let's get into it. Up next.
Once upon a time, there existed a giant tree that was the source of mana. A war, however, caused this tree to wither away, and a hero's life was sacrificed in order to take its place. Grieving over the loss, the goddess disappeared unto the heavens. The goddess left the angels with this edict: "You must wake me, for if I should sleep, the world shall be destroyed." The angels bore the Chosen One, who headed towards the tower that reached up unto the heavens. And that marked the beginning of the regeneration of the world.
Lloyd Irving, wake up! Lloyd!
Ah!
How do you manage to sleep standing?
Oh, Professor Rain, is class over?
Never mind. Let's have someone else answer the question. Genus, how about you?
Yes, Rain. Mythos the hero brought about the end of the ancient war in the holy ground of Karlan.
Correct. Afterwards, Mythos the hero formed a pact with the goddess Martel to seal away the Desians whom caused the war.
But the Desians came back and are now causing everyone to suffer.
That's right. Lloyd Irving from the Tales series, or in particular, Tales of Symphonia, is who we are going to talk about today. I did have Lloyd Irving on the list, I think for years, but the only problem with doing one for Lloyd Irving is I've never had experience with the Tales series. But I know how requested Lloyd Irving is upon the Smash community, so I've done as much research as I could on the character and came up with a moveset that would fit well for Lloyd Irving. So, without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? For the moveset, the neutral special, we have Demon Fang. Lloyd's neutral special is Demon Fang, which is a simple projectile that travels by ground and is rather weak in damage, but gives a small hit stun to the energy. It operates similarly to Terry's Power Wave. However, press the B button twice, Lloyd will perform a double Demon Fang, which is even weaker in damage, but double the Demon Fangs you can amplify this even further by pressing A and B at the same time, gaining the ability to do Demonic Chaos, which is 3 projectiles being shot and can be linked into a combo and capable of linking Double Demon Fang to Demonic Chaos. For the side special we have Tempest, a spin attack as Lloyd propels himself forward to his opponent. Think of this as Ike's side special, but a bit slower in speed and multi-hitting. And this can be amped up to Omega Tempest, which is much faster and deals more damage, and kills quite efficiently, and can also be linked into a combo. For the up special, we have Rising Falcon. Lloyd's recovery, Rising Falcon, has him fly into the air and then descends downwards with his blade pointed forward diagonally, flying down. This recovery, in all honesty, is quite exploitable, but it does have its strengths, such as, for one, this is a good out of shield option and can be used off stage to do a Lloyd side. Besides that, it also kills early once hits and only used as a combo finisher. For the down special, we have Guardian. Guardian is Lloyd's down special, which allows him to be rendered invulnerable for a short period of time. This means any sort of attack that doesn't affect him at all, and this also includes grabs. He can also use out of shield options out of Guardian once it ends, or if he cancels it, making a very good defensive tool. And finally, for the final smash, we have the Falcon's Crest. Lloyd's final smash, the Falcon Crest, once activated, Lloyd will switch out his 2 regular swords into the martial blades, the Vorpal Sword and the Flamberge. He will then swing his sword forward, and if this hits at the top of the screen, a text will appear saying, akin to the tales of games. Whenever a character commences a skill and said text reads the Falcon's Crest. As Lloyd goes on with his mystic art, proceeding to merge the 2 blades together into the Eternal Sword, as some sort of sigil appears below them as the enemy takes continuous damage, Lloyd would then leap up with the Eternal Sword in hand as a cut in appears as he slams down onto the enemy, creating an explosion. For the alts and the Kirby Hat, I went with normal Lloyd, blue Lloyd, yellow Lloyd, green Lloyd, pink Lloyd, black Lloyd, white Lloyd, and red and black Lloyd. And for the Kirby Hat, I went with Kirby would end up obtaining a copy of Lloyd's wig and material blades with the copy ability of Demon Fang. For the classic mode, I ended up going with the Tales of Two Worlds. Lloyd's classic mode involves him fighting against opponents who represents summoned spirits, who he has to awaken to complete his journey of rejuvenation, and later forms pacts with said spirits in order to finally unite the two worlds of Silverant and Tetheala in stages that resemble the areas that they were battled. So, round 1 would be Bowser, round 2 would be female Corrin, round 3 would be Meta Knight, Pit, and Charizard. Round 4 would be Pikachu. Round 5 being Palutena and Falco. Round 6 being Chrom, Roy, Marth, and Ike. And the final boss being Ganon. For the victory theme, poses, and the Punch-Out title, the victory theme, we have won the battle from Tales of Symphonia. Victory pose 1 is where Lloyd throws his swords in the air and then catches them while asking, "Did everyone see me?" Victory pose 2 is where he juggles his swords in the air and catches them while asking, "Did you see my powerful attack?" and then does an X pose close to the camera. And for victory pose 3, does a sword combo while saying, "No one can stand against your axe." And the defeat pose is where Lloyd stands there clapping for the winner with a frustrated face. And the Punch-Out title, we have the Symphonian Knight. For the Amiibo, Lloyd Irving's Smash Ringer would be in a still pose with his arms crossed, holding the material blades in hand. The Amiibo would have fire and ice effects coming out of the material blades, and the fire blade, on the other hand, is light reactive, similar to the light core in Skylanders and the light effects in Disney Infinity. With the light reactive part meaning that when the Lloyd Irving Amiibo reacts to the NFC reader on the Switch, the fire blade would end up glowing. And for the compatible games, like with Hollow Knight, Lloyd Irving doesn't really have big compatibility, but unlike Hollow Knight, Lloyd Irving does have one extra game outside of Smash Bros that he is compatible with. So the compatible games, we have Super Smash Bros, where you tap in Lloyd to summon a fighter you can train, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, you can tap them in to get the material blades that Link can use. And this Amiibo would be compatible with other games as well, but wouldn't really have a big compatibility. For the stage, we have Silverant, coming from Tales of Symphonia, which came out in 2003. Lloyd's stage will be a travel stage, and you will start in a different location every match to add a bit of variety when playing through this stage, and go around the entire Silverant world. Enemies such as wolves, birds, snakes, and even people like bandits and witches will appear when the stage stops at a specific location. They are the stage hazards for the stage, and the non-hazard version will not have enemies appear. The Omega stage and the Battlefield stage will not have you travel around Silverant. The stage will be locked to the Tower of Salvation. For the the support fighters, we have Colette Brunel, Genis Sage, and Kratos Orion. So for Colette Brunel, Colette is known for her angelic powers and her angel feathers ability, which would be a great support fighter move to deal with. She could summon a shower of feathers that would deal damage to opponents and potentially stun them, leaving them open for attack. Colette also has the ability to summon a guardian similar to Lloyd Irving, and if included as a support fighter in the game, she could summon her guardian to aid her in battle, providing cover fire or launching opponents with powerful attacks. Ray Thrust is one of Colette's signature moves in the Tales of series. It is a powerful forward charging attack that could be used as a support fighter to knock opponents off the stage. For Genis Sage, Indignation is Genis's ultimate ability in the Tales of Symphonia game, and it would make a great support fighter move for Genis Sage. Genis could summon a powerful bolt of lightning that would strike down on opponents, dealing massive damage and potentially KOing them. And with Photon, not to be mistaken with Mithra's move, is a ranged attack that Genis can use in the Tales of Symphonia game. If included as a support fighter, Genis could use Photon to shoot a beam of light at opponents, dealing damage and potentially stunning them. In the Tales of Symphonia game, Genis has the ability to create a barrier that protects himself and his allies. If included as a support fighter, Genis could create a temporary barrier that would protect the player who picked it up from incoming attacks. And for Kratos Orion, not to be mistaken with Kratos from God of War, because there are two Kratoses within gaming, one being from God of War, the other being from Tales of Symphonia, in order to avoid confusion. And Kratos could perform his own version of the Sword Rain move, which would send a flurry of energy blades raining down on opponents. This move could deal damage to opponents and potentially stun them, leaving them vulnerable for attack. Kratos' ultimate ability in Tales of Symphonia is called Judgment. If included as a support fighter, he could use a powerful burst of energy that would deal massive damage to opponents and potentially knock them off the stage. And Tiger Blade would be Kratos Orion's final move, being one of Kratos' signature moves in Tales of Symphonia. It is a powerful forward charging attack that could be used as a support fighter to knock opponents off the stage. For the music, we have Tales of Symphonia, a prologue, Old Familiar Scent and Ezelia, Lloyd, Colette, Genius, Refill, Kratos, Unsatisfied Desire, Standing the pain, overcome, die come home. Talk about Silverant, the land of Silverant, full force, won the battle, rest of the heart, desert flower, the struggle to survive, rovers, along the beach, harbour town, town of a wind and ruins, untold despair, water symphony despair, and have a sweet dream. For the spirits, we have Kratos Orion, Colette Brunel, Janice Sage, Regal Bryant, the Mythos Yggdrasil, which can be enhanced to his child and true form, Cress Albane, the Emil Castagnia, and Tenebrae, Yuri Lowell, Velvet Crow, Rain Siege, and Stan Aelrun, however that's supposed to be pronounced. And finally, for the reveal trailer. The reveal trailer for Lloyd Irving would be in the same art style as Palutena's reveal trailer in Smash 4, being some sort of anime like art style, since we do have like anime style cutscenes within Tales of Symphonia, so I do think it would make sense to include some sort of anime style reveal trailer for Lloyd. The screen fades into a dark, ominous forest. The camera pans slowly through the trees until it reaches a clearing. Suddenly, a flash of blue light illuminates the area, and a figure appears in the center of the clearing, and the narrator says, "From the world of the Tales of Symphonia, a legendary hero steps forward," and the camera then zooms in on the figure, revealing Lloyd Irving. His sword at ready, and he looks fierce and determined. The music starts to pick up as Lloyd charges forward, unleashing a series of lightning-fast strikes with his sword. He moves with a fluid grace, dodging and weaving around his opponents. The screen then splashes Lloyd, as on the roster, he'll just appear as Lloyd and not Lloyd Irving. Similar to how we've had Terry Bogard just appearing as Terry, the Irving part of his name on the roster will be cut, and it'll just be called Lloyd. And Lloyd slashes in. It then shows gameplay for Lloyd as the narrator talks whilst the gameplay is being showcased. With his dual swords and the mastery of the element of light, Lloyd is a formidable fighter. The scene then changes to show Lloyd facing off against a group of Nintendo's most iconic characters, including Mario, Link, and Pikachu. They all look shocked to see him there, and the narrator says he battled dragons, demons, and even a goddess. Now he is ready to take on the biggest challenge of all. The camera then zooms out to show all the characters fighting in a massive, chaotic battle. And the screen then fades to white and splashes Super Smash Bros. Times Tales of Symphonia. So guys, what did you think of Lloyd Irving? I know Lloyd Irving was a long time coming for a new foes appeared, so I thought, with the recent release of a Tales of Symphonia remaster, I thought it would make sense to talk about the character. So, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and turn your notification bell on so you don't miss new foes appeared in the future. And I will see you all in a future New Foes Appeared episode. BB-8 out.
Tragedy, why are you my remedy?